Hello. Why is the game taking so long to load? What the hell? It's supposed to be the end of day 2, but you know, I ended up only making a video at start of day 3, so kind of forgot. Well, you can just -1 levels worth of progress. Usually I hit 90 at day 2, end of day 2, and
Greetings.
by end of day 3 I hit like 93 or 94, I think. Maybe 95, I'm not sure. Alright, I'm gonna talk about the build now. Wait, should I just do a map first? I have a bunch of T16s. That's kind of meh. Wait, don't I want to do Maven? Okay, let's. You can tell my life is pretty nice. It's about 6.2k at the moment. A couple of levels more, and it will probably hit about 7, I think. I really need to stop being lazy and get a flagellant granite. That's a decent stat. Probably want to get a glove upgrade too, so I can like start getting +1 strike skills. Alright, let's talk about the build and how I got here. So, this is end of day 2, let's call it end of day 2. A couple of changes here. I've swapped out the weapons. So I dropped out dropped out the Frost Breath and the Ichimonjis, and I've got Paradoxica and Brightbeak. The Ichimonji doesn't really make much sense anymore because I am a blood magic build, so don't need any of the reservations. Also, the buff effect is nice, but not really many things do buff it at the moment. Pride, and if I do a blood and flesh and stone, and I choose the blood stance, it does not affect me at all. So good thing is Brightbeak and Paradoxica are relatively cheap. This was 44 chaos, and because this was corrupted, double corrupted, it was 50 chaos. But if you were to get a normal Brightbeak, this would probably be like 1C or less or something. Anyway, I'll explain what my rationale for the items, or rather the rolls I got on the items. So Paradoxica, You only really quite care about the increased fizz damage roll. You want a higher one, as well as the impale. Impale is extremely important because that improves the physical DPS you do. The reason why I've gone for 15% attack speed instead of something like crit is because crit costs like 2 divines, and this is 44 chaos, so it's like 1/6 the price. But also because right now I'm going precise. So I'm going precise, resolute technique, sorry, and I don't have any crit chance, so it doesn't really make much sense to go a crit build, or rather go a crit roll on this. The 15% attack speed also is better than a local attack speed bonus because Ambidexterity doesn't care about main hand attack speed, so 15% increase actually boosts your offhand and therefore boosts the attack speed of the entire skill. Bright Beak, the reason why it has the 2 implicits like this is because I wanted more attack speed, so 2.21 attacks per second is very, very nice. And the AoE is really good for other things as well. So the AoE here is going to help me have bigger Pride Aura area. It's going to help me get bigger Flesh and Stone area of effect. It's also going to help eventually if I do unspec this. So if I unspec Wall of Attrition and go into Explode, the explodes are going to be much bigger because of the AoE. It also works with Weapon Master, so a Weapon Master gives 20% more area of effect, so this is 20% increase, so it's like this is 20% more because I have no other sources of increased area of effect, and this adds another 20% more on top of that, so it's a multiplicative thing. Alright. Anyway, everything else is kind of the same, mostly. Rigs have changed out, and we're no longer using Thessalios because we're not scaling Elemental anymore, we're going pure Fizz, and generally these are pretty cheap. This cost me 5C each or under. Just snipe them, to be honest. Just look for people who underprice these all the time. Just snipe them and you should be fine. Gloves, I needed the dexterity for Paradoxica, so I went for this. It just so happened to also have physical damage attacks, which is nice. Boots, you can get these pretty cheap. So this was like 4 or 5 chaos. This was 5 chaos. And the reason why these are so cheap is because they're kind of shit for most people's standards. Anyway, if you look at this particular boot, as long as you don't have attack speed, movement speed, your boots are generally quite cheap, right? Alright, build is the same, not much has changed. Flasks are kind of the same as well. Going for Flagellants, or Masochist, so gain 2 charge when hit by enemy. You're gonna get hit a lot because you're blocking all the hits anyway, you don't really quite care, and that gives you like basically infinite flash charges. Unfortunately, only one of them has an enchant because they're really expensive. The enchant is expensive as fuck, and so I haven't really gotten a all of them to. Alright, so with this being 40C and this being 50C, altogether the whole cost they get on this character is 1 div, right? It's not expensive. But here's the clincher, okay? This is where it gets expensive. For you to scale damage on dual strike and Ambidexterity, you need to start stacking this particular notable. It's called Quick and Deadly, right? And these particular passives are expensive, right? If you get one, right, that's here, it's like 30 or 40 chaos. If you get one here, it's almost always like 1 or 2 divs, right? So these together are like 2 divs each, so this is 4 divs total. Can you imagine your gear here being like 1 div and then your classes being like 4 divs? And then also, if you can, try to get a Quick and Deadly Megalomaniac, because that gives you another source of Quick and Deadly. Yeah. Each Quick and Deadly gives about 20% more damage. It starts to drop off in scaling. You get like more damage as you stack more of them. So if I remove all the Quick and Deadlies from my passive tree and add the first one, it gives me 22% more damage. And then if I add now I have 3. If I add 1 more, it gives me only 14% more damage. So just saying how it works. I think generally you just want 2 Quick and Deadly clusters and you're pretty much done after that. You want to scale other things. what I've added as well is dual sockets. So dex and intelligence are important because I don't have a chest armor, and I'm getting all my resistances on rings. So yeah, try getting as much dex intelligence off my what's it called again, my jewels. I need to get different jewels because this is for my itchy Monji build. They're all pretty cheap, like 1 or 2 chaos each, so it's not that painful to replace. But basically you want now attack speed with either one-handed weapons or with scepters or maces, right? Because this is a scepter or mace. And then maximum life is also kind of required. So I'm just in the midst of replacing as many as I can. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Corruptible immunity, getting from here. And eventually when I path to here, I want to get elemental resistances cannot be lowered by curses. So then I don't have to worry too much about my res. I don't have to overcap my res by too much. Yeah, all in all, that's pretty much it. I inspect out of this side mostly because I get cap blocked with this thing called, through this thing, flexible sentry. But yeah, is that reduce effect? Wow, chillin' shot. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, that's all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you a lot. I will add the POV in the description. Yep, I want to test out more Gladiator stuff. I want to do like probably a retaliation setup, but for now I'll just keep scaling this until I hit about 10 to 20 mil damage, and I'll think if I still want to keep scaling this or not. Next few levels I'll be getting like life nodes and then max res through here, and then eventually maybe getting a few damage clusters here. But to actually spec for crit is going to be something like way later down the road when I can afford it, because there's a lot of swaps I need to do. I need to get probably probably need different kind of weapons, so I need to craft probably a claw or dagger, and I need to get a paradoxica for crit, which is like 2 divs, really expensive. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys, I'm out, peace, bye.